Couldn't believe it when the bartender told me who you are.
Why are you talking to me, man?
Your father was captain of a starship for 12 minutes.
What's next in the Star Trek universe? This is the fourth movie, a new adventure, and maybe a twist in time. Rumor has it George Kirk might return, played by none other than Chris Hemsworth himself. Well, there's been a lot of back and forth lately. Actors like Pine and Hemsworth were in, then out, then maybe in again. Then there's talk about Tarantino making a Star Trek movie, and now someone else is writing a script. It all goes back to Star Trek Beyond. It didn't do so hot at the box office, even though many people actually liked it. But with a big budget and not enough ticket sales, it ended up losing money. The groundwork for Star Trek 4 was laid shortly after the release of its predecessor, Star Trek Beyond, in 2016. Paramount Pictures expressed interest in continuing the Kelvin timeline established in the rebooted series, featuring younger versions of classic Star Trek characters. Initial reports suggested that Chris Hemsworth would reprise his role as George Kirk, father of James T. Kirk, played by Chris Pine. However, the project encountered its first major setback when negotiations with key cast members, including Pine and Hemsworth, hit a snag over salary disputes. Reports indicated that both actors walked away from the negotiation table due to disagreements over compensation. This impasse led to doubts about the future of the film, as Pine's portrayal of Captain Kirk was central to the Kelvin timeline storyline. In addition to the casting issues, Star Trek 4 faced uncertainty regarding its directorial helm. Justin Lin, who directed Star Trek Beyond, initially expressed interest in returning for the fourth installment. However, he later announced his decision to step down from the project to focus on other commitments. Lin's departure left a void in the director's chair and added to the project's growing list of challenges. Amidst the uncertainty surrounding Star Trek 4, Noah Hawley, known for his work on television series like Fargo and Legion, emerged as a potential savior for the project. Paramount tapped Hawley to develop a new Star Trek film that would exist separately from the Kelvin timeline. His approach promised a fresh perspective on the franchise, introducing new characters and storylines while still honoring the spirit of Star Trek. While Hawley worked on his standalone Star Trek film, rumors persisted about the fate of the original Star Trek 4 project. Reports suggested that Paramount remained committed to continuing the Kelvin timeline storyline with or without Pine and Hemsworth. Speculation mounted about potential recasting or alternative plotlines that could keep the franchise alive while navigating the challenges posed by the departure of key cast members. As discussions surrounding both projects continued, fans and industry insiders alike were left in suspense, and this was about the future direction of the Star Trek franchise on the big screen. The absence of concrete updates from Paramount further fueled speculation and uncertainty. With some questioning the studio's commitment to the beloved sci-fi series. The COVID-19 pandemic further complicated matters for the entertainment industry, including the production of major motion pictures like Star Trek 4. Delays in filming schedules, shifting release calendars, and financial uncertainties added new hurdles to an already challenging landscape. Paramount, like many studios, had to reassess its priorities and strategies in light of the evolving global situation. After some not-so-great Star Trek movies, the 2009 one was a hit, but now, with Star Trek Beyond, things aren't as bad as before. See, the earlier bombs got a lot of negative reviews, but Beyond didn't do too badly with critics or fans, so there's still hope for more Kelvin timeline adventures. But making another movie costs a lot, and Paramount might want to spend less this time around. The cast is pricier now too, since they've been in other big movies, so even if we do get another Star Trek flick, it might be a bit scaled back. That's the challenge they're facing. With big-name stars like Pine, Hemsworth, and the rest of the crew, salaries are shooting up. Plus, since this would be their fourth movie, they're likely asking for more dough. Usually, actors sign up for about 3 flicks, so now they're negotiating for the next one. Pine and Hemsworth might have bailed because they couldn't agree on the money with Paramount, but then they might have come back when Paramount found some extra cash, or not. Bottom line, making a new movie with the same crew might be too pricey for Paramount. That's why they're looking at other options, like that Tarantino Star Trek flick you've heard about. See, when these Kelvin timeline movies started, it was all about trilogies, like Lord of the Rings or Dark Knight, but now everyone's into cinematic universes like Marvel or DC, so Paramount might be thinking it's time to join the universe building club. So Star Trek is perfect for branching out into a big universe just like it did on TV in the 90s. That's why the idea of a cinematic universe with spin-offs makes total sense. And when you hear that Tarantino, a big Star Trek fan, wants to make his own movie, it sounds exciting. But here's the thing about Tarantino, he likes to do things his way. He's all about creative control. Plus, he said he'll only make 10 movies, and this Star Trek one might not even count. So if he does it, he'll have to let others call the shots, which isn't really his style. That's why things are moving slowly with this movie. And just so you know, when a movie's in development, it doesn't mean it's happening for sure. It just means they're tossing around ideas and maybe doing some early tests. So when a movie's in development, it doesn't mean it's definitely happening. and lately the buzz around the Star Trek movies has kind of quieted down. So if the Kelvin timeline movie isn't happening, there's another option, a soft reboot. Noah Hawley had an idea for that. He wanted to introduce a whole new crew played by fresh faces, but we don't know much else about his plan. Thing is, his idea might have been put on hold because of some big company changes. See, while Paramount was figuring all this out, its parent companies, Viacom and CBS, were doing their own thing, and in big corporate shakeups like that, things can get shuffled around, including movie plans. The protracted development of Star Trek IV is a multifaceted tale woven with complexities that have hindered its progress. At its core, the journey of bringing this installment to fruition has been fraught with challenges, ranging from contractual disputes to creative uncertainties. One of the primary stumbling blocks has been the contractual impasse with key cast members, notably Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth, whose negotiations over compensation created significant roadblocks. The intricate dance between securing talent and balancing the budget underscores the intricate dynamics at play in Hollywood's blockbuster landscape. Moreover, the departure of director Justin Lin following Star Trek Beyond left a void in leadership, necessitating the search for a new creative visionary to steer the franchise. The process of finding a director aligned with the studio's vision and capable of navigating the expansive universe of Star Trek proved to be time-consuming. Additionally, Paramount's exploration of alternative creative directions, such as Noah Hawley's standalone Star Trek film, injected further complexity into the project as the studio grappled with divergent visions for the future of the franchise. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic was like fire to these challenges, disrupting production schedules, reshuffling release calendars, and casting a pall of uncertainty over the entire industry. The pandemic-induced hiatus forced studios to reassess their priorities and adapt to the evolving landscape, adding an unforeseen layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. Furthermore, the competitive nature of the entertainment industry, compounded by the rise of streaming platforms and shifting audience preferences, heightened the pressure on Paramount to deliver a compelling and commercially viable product. Strategic considerations surrounding the positioning of Star Trek IV within the broader franchise landscape further contributed to the prolonged development timeline. Paramount's delicate balancing act of honoring the legacy of Star Trek while also appealing to contemporary audiences necessitated careful planning and meticulous execution. Moreover, the passionate fan base of the franchise, with its discerning expectations and unwavering dedication, added another dimension to the equation as the studio endeavored to strike a chord with both longtime aficionados and newcomers alike. Noah Hawley had this great idea for a new Star Trek movie, but then things got messy. The big bosses who gave him the green light might not be around anymore, and the new ones might not be into his idea. So he got the cold shoulder from Paramount, which is a bummer. The projected development of Star Trek IV is a testament to the intricate web of challenges inherent in the creation of a major blockbuster film. From contractual disputes to creative uncertainties, from industry disruptions to strategic considerations, the journey to bring this installment to the silver screen has been a real task. So what's your opinion on this movie? Share it with us in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll catch you next time.